Hello students, let us begin our discussion on improper integrals having infinite range of integration. So till now we have done those integrals where the range of integration was finite and the function had infinite discontinuities inside the interval. So today we will discuss this improper integrals with infinite range of integration. Okay, so you have integrals of this type, a to infinity, minus infinity to b, okay, something like that, minus infinity to infinity. Okay, so the integral a to infinity is f dx is said to be convergent if the limit r tends to infinity a to r fx dx exists finitely, otherwise it is said to be divergent. Okay, thus integration a to infinity fx dx is same as limit r tends to infinity a to r. Okay, we will evaluate a to r fx dx and then take r tends to infinity, provided the limit exists and is finite. Okay, so if this limit exists and is finite, then we say that the integral is convergent. Okay, also we note that for a naught greater than a, we have a to r f dx is same as a to a naught f dx plus a naught to r f dx. Okay, these are just properties of integration we have already seen. So what we can say is, if this limit exists, okay, and the first one here is anyway finite, okay, because it's a proper integral here, and so if the LHS is convergent, means if the limit of this LHS exists, then the limit of RHS should also exist. Okay, this limit also should exist finitely. Okay, because their difference is just a finite number here. So the integrals a to infinity f dx and a naught to infinity f dx are either both convergent or both are divergent. Okay, because each can be written as the other plus some constant. Okay, so if one converges, then the other will converge. If one diverges, the other will diverge. Okay, so thus when testing for convergence of a to infinity f dx, we can replace it by a naught to infinity f dx for any convenient a naught greater than a. Okay, so in some problems it may be convenient to use some other values, okay, instead of the given value. Say it may be convenient to prove that 1 to infinity f dx is convergent instead of say 0 to infinity f dx is convergent. Okay, so we may choose it accordingly. But we have to be careful that the range of integration that we choose should not have any points of infinite discontinuity. Okay, in that case we have to do something else, which you will see in the next pages. Okay, so similarly minus infinity to b f dx is equal to limit of r tends to minus infinity r to b f dx, provided the limit exists and is finite. Okay, and if you have minus infinity to infinity, then this is said to converge if for any c inside R, that is the set of real numbers, both the integrals minus infinity to c and c to infinity f dx converge. Okay, and in such a case we write minus infinity to infinity f dx is minus infinity to c f dx plus c to infinity f dx. Okay, this is how we define. And lastly, if we also have some unbounded functions with infinite range of integration, that is when the infinite range of integration includes a finite number of points of infinite discontinuities, okay, of f. Say let ab be the interval containing all points of infinite discontinuities of f. Say suppose we have a function like minus infinity to infinity 1 by x dx. Okay, so its range of integration is infinite, that's not a problem, but the function itself has infinite discontinuity at x equal to 0. So in such a case we have to evaluate from say minus infinity to minus 1, and then we will consider from minus 1 to 1 f dx, and then from 1 to infinity f dx separately. Okay, we have to remove that points of infinite discontinuity. Okay, so suppose the interval AB contains all points of infinite discontinuity, then minus infinity to infinity f dx is said to be convergent if all the integrals minus infinity to a f dx, a to b f dx and b to infinity f dx converge. Okay, if all these three integrals converge, then we say that minus infinity to infinity f dx also converges. Okay, so in such a case we write this equal to the sum of these three integrals. Okay, so let us begin with some problems, examine the convergence of this. So this probably you have done many times in your higher secondary classes also, but we have done it in it was an improper integral, and we have done it in improper way. Okay, so now let us do it for in a proper way. So how to do that? We have to evaluate this limit. Okay, limit r tends to infinity 0 to r dx by 1 plus x square. So what is that? We know it's tan inverse x, and so if you put this limit, it's tan inverse r minus tan inverse 0, so which is pi by 2. Okay, limit r tends to infinity, tan inverse r is pi by 2, and tan inverse 0 is 0, right? So this integration, so this limit is finite, so this converges and is equal to pi by 2. Okay, examine the convergence of this. Say x 0 to infinity x dx divided by 1 plus x square. So easily we can write it this way. We can multiply divide by 2, so it's half into 0 to r twice x dx by 1 plus x square, and then so it's the numerator is the derivative of the denominator, so its integration will be log of 1 plus x square. Okay, right, if we put 1 plus x square equal to t, so twice x dx is dt, so it's of the form dt by t. Okay, so we can do it directly, log of 1 plus x square. Okay, and if we put this limit, it's log of 1 plus x square minus log 1 is 0, so half log 1 plus r square. Okay, now if you take limit r tends to infinity of 0 to r x dx by 1 plus x square is, so when r tends to infinity, 1 plus r square tends to infinity, and log of that also tends to infinity, so this integral actually diverges. Okay, then test the convergence of this integration 1 to infinity dx by root x. So we evaluate this particular limit. So integration of dx by root x is 2 root x, so it's 2 root over r minus 2, and if you take r tends to infinity, it's infinity, so integration in 1 to infinity dx by root x diverges. Okay, next test the convergence of 0 to infinity sin x dx. So evaluate this limit. Integration of sin x is minus cos x, and if you put this limits, it becomes 1 minus cos r, but limit r tends to infinity, cos r does not exist. Okay, so this is 0 to infinity sin x dx diverges. Okay, next this you try it yourself, you have already done. So you have to split it into two parts, minus infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity, and then evaluate. Okay, and yeah, let us see this one. In 2 to infinity, 2x square by x to the power 4 minus 1 dx. Okay, so let us evaluate this 2 to r of this. So we have to separate it into partial fractions, but don't do it by a by this, b by this method. Okay, just do some simple modification, you will get it. So it's x to the power 4 minus 1 can be written as x square plus 1 into x square minus 1, and the numerator we can write it this way, x square plus 1 plus x square minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 cancels, ultimately x square plus x square is 2x square, so we have not written anything extra. So now we can separate it. So it's half of 2 to r dx by x square plus 1, 2 to r dx by x square minus 1. So the first one is tan inverse x, the second one is 1 by twice a log of x minus a by x plus a. So you have to remember those integrations. Okay, so it's this plus half into this. Okay, and then we take the limit. So the limit for this one will be pi by 2, for the next one it's constant. For this one we can evaluate the limit by this method. We divide both sides, so that is numerator and denominator, by r. So 1 by r will tend to 0, so it's log 1 ultimately, so that's 0. So anyway, this is a finite quantity, so this integral actually converges and its value is this. Okay, let us see this 0 to infinity x cube e to the power minus x square dx. Okay, so let us evaluate 0 to r x cube e to the power minus x square. So you see, if I put x square equal to t, then you will get twice x dx is dt, so I need one twice x dx somewhere. So you multiply divide by 2 and write it this way, x square e to the power minus x square into twice x dx, then put x square equal to t, so you will get twice x dx is dt, so it is t into e to the power minus t. And then what you have to do, you have to apply by parts, integration by parts. Okay, so its first function, you take first function as t, second function is e to the power minus t, so it's t into e to the power minus t, integration minus integration of ddt of t is 1 into integration of e to the power minus t dt. Okay, so ultimately it's minus t to the power minus t minus e to the power minus t. Okay, from 0 to r square. So the limit has changed, because when you put x equal to r, t is x square, so t is r square. Okay, so it's half into r square plus 1 into e to the power minus r square. Okay, and now we have to evaluate the limit. So half into limit of this, and this I can modify. I can write it as r square plus 1 by e to the power r square, which is of the form infinity by infinity, and we apply the L'Hopital's rule here. So it's twice r divided by twice r into e to the power r square. So twice r will get cancelled and you will be left with 0 here. Okay. So ultimately this limit is half. So this converges and its value is half. Okay. So let us see some more. Yeah, this one, integration 1 to infinity dx by x square into x plus 1. So evaluate 1 to r of this. So see, so this is also a partial fraction problem, but you just observe we can do some little modification to get the partial fraction here. Okay, so it's we have x square into x plus 1 here. So take x into x plus 1, then adjust. X square was not there in the numerator, so you adjust it by writing minus x square. X was also not in the numerator, so write minus x, but 1 was there in the numerator, write minus 1, and to adjust that you write minus here. Okay, so it's ultimately x into x plus 1 minus x square minus x minus 1. I have not written anything extra here. Okay, and then you can separate it into 3 parts and evaluate this. The first two will be log, the last one will be minus 1 by x square. Integration is 1 by x, so it's 1 by r minus 1. Okay, so log r minus log of r plus 1. So you can modify this, you can write it as log of 1 by 1 plus 1 by r, and plus log 2 plus 1 by r minus 1. So if you take r tends to infinity, then you will get its log of half plus 1. Okay. Next problem is this, you try it yourself. It's from Malik Arora book. Okay, you try to do this yourselves and try to solve. Okay, if you are having problem, you let me know, I'll discuss. Okay, these problems are also from Malik Arora's book, so please try these things, try to integrate and take the limit. Okay. Yeah, and one more important thing that I am requesting you to do is show that integration a to infinity dx by x to the power n converges if and only if n greater than 1. Okay, so here we assume that a is positive, a is greater than 0. Okay. Assume that a is greater than 0. Show that integration a to infinity dx by x to the power n converges if and only if n is greater than 1. Okay, right? Yeah, so please try to do it. So in the next lecture I'll start with comparison tests for improper integrals with infinite range of integration. Okay, so please do these problems. Thank you.